coming to you live from the Florida State Fairgrounds in beautiful Tampa, Florida. We are keeping you plugged in with Gulf Coast MakerCon 2014 on episode 350 of F5 Live, refreshing technology.
All right,
is it time? Is it time for what I think I'm seeing in front of me here?
And indeed it is. It's time for something that somehow has managed to not happen yet.
So for those who don't know, when we have a stringent interview process here at F5 Live. When we get done with our interviews, we actually go to Excel, and we have a sheet that actually grades the interview on creativity, teamwork, enthusiasm, outreach.
I think I have that spreadsheet.
Function, design. Yeah. All of these things about an interview are very important. And
I think I have that.
We judge them from 1 to 10.
Right here.
We are of course making fun, not making fun, poking fun at the judging sheets, because we have in front of us, next to us, to my left, Marissa from Team Duct Tape.
Hi.
Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
So nice of you to be here and not dancing behind us all day. We've seen it. She's seen it.
Not too much.
So,
it's fun.
Our regular listeners and viewers have heard us talk about Team Duct Tape a lot, because we've been mentoring the team for
a while.
5-6 months now.
It's been a long time.
It's been a tremendous amount of fun. And somehow we've done 2 first dedicated shows so far, and we haven't had our own team on the show. So we're very excited to have somebody from the team here.
Nice to meet you.
So, how did you personally get involved in First?
Personally, I started when I was young in FLL. When you start in grade school, elementary, I started because my dad, he's a mechanical engineer, and he was always into this robot, and he knew all about it. And so we just grabbed a couple of my friends and were like, we're making a team, and we did it. I've been in it since I was little. And with Team Duct Tape, my older sister, she knew one of her friends asked her to be part of the team, and so I was able to be part of Team Duct Tape through her. So it was really cool. It's like I've been with First competition my whole life.
That's really cool. How long have you been on Team Duct Tape?
Since freshman. Since I was a freshman, 2 years.
And you are now?
A sophomore.
There you go.
2 years.
And you've had your hands in a number of different aspects of the team, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, my first year I kind of stuck with the robot, how to build it. I did a little bit of programming my freshman year too, but this year now I'm out with all the outreach, talking to people, looking for sponsors at outreach, doing all this other stuff that takes talking.
You are the tape that holds that duct together, though, when it comes to the presentation. That's you running that.
Yeah, I do run the presentation during the judges' interview. It's mostly because I can be confident when I talk. I don't know if it's confidence, but that's what it looks like. So.
And you're also good at directing the team.
They get distracted sometimes. I mean, you're a bunch of guys on a team with robots. I mean, how could you not?
That's true.
I have to keep telling them to work. I'm supposed to be the
focus in.
Yeah, I'm supposed to make them focus, and sometimes they have to do that to me. Because I do see something shiny. I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. And I get distracted, and they have to be like, aren't you supposed to be having us focus on the robot, not you get distracted? So it goes both ways on the team. But
So we've had 1 or 2 FTC teams so far today. This is our second?
This will be our second.
So we had the opportunity to talk to Super 7 a couple of weeks ago. We had the opportunity to talk to the Neutrinos today. They had very different experiences in San Antonio. What was your experience?
My experience the first day, I had a blast. I was talking to teams all around. I actually made a friend with the Inspire award-winning team, Team Techno Warriors. I've actually made friends with them, and it was really interesting to meet all these different people. I mean, all around the country, and each team had its own like perfect way of conducting how they spent their day. Like there's a bunch of teams like singing and dancing in the middle of the pits. I'm just amazed at that because I don't see that in Florida. We're very professional here, and then you just see a team bring out like banjos, or I think they brought the guitar, and they just started singing. I'm like, this is amazing.
What is happening right now?
Where am I?
It was a lot of fun, and seeing so many teams there, I was amazed at 72 teams in San Antonio. That is the most I've ever been at a competition that I've been to, so it was truly amazing. And then anytime you walked into the competition, there was always amazing robots there competing. So 72 robots that were able to make it to San Antonio. They were all good, and they were all amazing. And it was really lucky that we got to compete against them. I was really honored.
So how did the competition go for you guys?
Not so well. We didn't place in the top 20 or top 30. There were
really 72
bad.
teams there, and everybody was going to have to be somewhere.
Yeah, we lost all but one match. And it was due to bad luck. It wasn't that we had our robot failed or anything. It's just like almost all our matches, at least half of them, us or the alliance partner broke.
Oh.
3 matches, our alliance partner broke, and we were by ourselves.
But it was 72 robots in the region.
And then they split off.
Who had all been in their top 10-ish for their area. So that's
right.
Because you were competing against the best in the area, and you got the opportunity to do that.
It was,
and you had fun.
I did have a lot of fun.
That's the important part.
And 10 teams from Florida got to go, and then 6 of them get to go to World. So it's like Florida did a really good job.
You represented your state.
Yep.
And there's like, 300 FTC teams or something insane like that in Florida?
There's 100 teams in Florida.
164, I think, was this year's number.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is a lot.
And 10 went to Super Regionals, and 6 go to the World competition.
Yep.
That's impressive.
And that was, dumb luck. Like the 6 of the 10 moved on was.
It is. It was less like Florida.
Not that Florida gets 6 in the World competition.
No, right? Yeah.
That 6 of them actually earned their spot there.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
It is.
Obviously, we all hope that Florida continues to represent at the World competition.
Definitely.
Good to see one of our teams take the top spot, right?
I would love to see that. Really, it would be so much fun. Be like Florida, yes. It's not because we weren't that good. It's because we were up against the best.
That's right. See, that's why Marissa's like the director.
Yeah, exactly.
She smiles all the time. Every time I see her, she's smiling, and she's like, "Yeah, it's a glass all the way full still." That's how I look. Glass is always full. That's fine. That's great.
Well, we appreciate you coming by and talking to us. Finally getting to have you on the show.
Definitely. I love this show.
This show?
I do watch you. Yeah, I watch
the show right here.
This one here.
This show. Yeah, I was dancing in the background. Didn't you see me?
Well, while we've got you here, you're involved in another project right now.
Small project. Only consumes like 2 days out of your week.
Yeah, I'm working with them, with the ASCII Warriors.
And
yep.
you guys are competing in the Microsoft Imagine Cup.
We are. We're programming, which is really fun because that's the first time I'm doing a project that just involves programming. It's really cool that I'm doing it. I mean, last time we met, we finally got our programming to like show stuff on a screen, and I was jumping up and down in excitement.
Yes, it's really exciting to get it to
actual programming and seeing it
to
how
visual
it goes.
stuff. It can be it's more satisfying because you can see it happen.
Yeah.
Even if it's the slightest thing, you change. You're like, oh, look what I did. Just letters on the screen.
There's repeating blue boxes.
Yay! Oh, so excited.
That was the first big success. Was the repeating blue boxes.
Oh yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Obviously, good luck in the Imagine Cup. We'll see you this week.
Yeah.
So this is the only time we're going to wish you good luck. So just
Yeah, I can't do it again.
Yep.
They're hard mentors. Tough.
We're mean.
Terribly mean.
I wouldn't answer any of her questions this week. Kept saying,
No.
how are you going to search for it? No, I guess that's not enough words. Keep going. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Well, I love to. It was a lot of fun.
All right. We'll
This
talk
was
to you
cool.
soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thank you.
She loves us. This is what she
I know.
wanted to say.
It's-
I got it.
I heard her
got
say it. I heard her
got
say it.
I mean, how can you not?
She was trying not to. She was trying to pretend that that's not what happened.
But it totally is.
That's what happened.
That's why she subjects herself to torture for 2 days out of the
Danielle
week.
heard it. She heard it.
I was there. You were there.
Yeah.
You were there. Everyone was there.
Everybody listening live heard it. It's fine. It is fun to harass the kids.
It really, really is. Because we were harassed as kids, so we have to pay it forward.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to. You have no
Have to.
option
I
but to.
believe it might actually be the law.
I think it's in our employee handbook, if I'm not
I think
mistaken.
we're required to harass the kids.
So we are awaiting our next guest, and I do have a question in from the chat room. We have someone. Okay, this person is here. I think. I'm not sure, but I think this person is here at the fairgrounds right meow. F5live.tv/join us for those that aren't chatting with us. Anyway, a guest could bring a sample of the creations to the interview and show the audience. Look, if you're here at the fairgrounds, that's a non-issue.
But it's true. Everybody was given the opportunity
Yes.
to. It's their choice whether they do or not.
We have what they call in the industry B-roll
Yes.
of many of these booths.
So the people who are listening or watching live are getting a slightly different version of the show than the final production. For example, those of you watching live are seeing just a single wide shot.
Yes.
And you have the opportunity to watch the person to my left come and go all day long, whereas if you're watching on the non-live
You don't get
version, you're looking at a tight shot of just the
it.
two of us. And in just a second here, we're going to cut to that wide shot because we have somebody new sitting next to us. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
I'm Brian Gallo. I'm a machinist, and I work with USF RIG, which is the Robotics Interest Group at the University of South Florida. And we put on the Robot Combat event today.
Very cool. So for those listening or watching who haven't been here, which seems like it rules out one person in the chat room, what kind of competition has it been?
This is a real combat-oriented competition.
Okay.
There are different weight classes, as low and as small as 150-gram robots, up to 1 pound, 3 pound, and then we even host a 15-pound competition for the NRL weight class there.
Okay. And how many total machines have we had today?
I believe we had 25 robots competing today.
Okay.
It was a really hardcore day as far as fighting went.
Okay.
But we finally announced our victors and everything went great.
All right. Who were the victors?
We had let me see if I can remember. We had YOLO of the 150-gram weight class coming out with a win there. Whippersnapper of the 1 pound weight class. It was Ramback for the 3 pounds and Goliath for the 15 pounds. And it was honest, great champions there.
Very cool.
So exactly what was the competition? Like how vicious was it?
So we locked the robots up in a really safe arena.
Okay.
Steel floor, polycarbonate walls, make sure that the audience doesn't get hurt, and that whatever happens inside the cage stays inside the cage.
That sounds like a good idea.
Put time on the clock, 3 minutes, and it's a fight to the death.
Okay.
So just keep beating each other up until one person gets knocked out and is immobilized, or the time runs out, in which case it'll go to a judge's decision.
Like
Very
boxing.
interesting. Yes,
Why not put it in a
exactly,
cage match?
exactly.
Though? That's. I got to see a little bit of it, but I haven't been able to see a lot of it. But there was cheering and hooting and hollering.
I've heard it. I didn't have an opportunity to see it, but I certainly
crazy.
heard it. There was a lot of excitement surrounding that.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very exciting. A lot of the kids are very excited to see it. Always asking us, how can we make some and how can we do that? And it's really easy actually. A lot of people start out with RC cars you get at your local stores, Walmart, Target, even your hobby store. You can get a little RC car, start adding on armor, weapons, and just go from there. There's great websites, FingerTech Robotics, really huge name in combat robots. They have kits that they sell that you can purchase and have a combat-ready robot within 20, 30 minutes after getting your parts.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Now, is there any software programming involved in the combat elements?
There are certain designs that would require that, but for the most part, it's plug and play. Very easy for the common Joe like myself. I like cutting stuff, slapping it together, and throwing it in there to fight.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What kind of controller are we using to deal with this?
They're the same controllers that you use for RC cars and for helicopters and planes, RC helicopters and planes.
Okay.
Very simple controllers, and it depends on your design. Maybe you want something different. Maybe this is easier than that or whatever. But it's all available online. I know FingerTech has a lot of great stuff. But if you're into a lot of the larger competitions, because they do go up to 220 pounds, there is a competition in Miami that will be doing that, and you might need larger parts. So the robot marketplace is huge. They have everything. They ship all around the world, so you're not stuck to, if I'm in the U.S., I can only buy from here. Anyone in the world, it's great for schools, it's great for hobbyists and everyone. They have everything on there. Everything in one shopping cart. Check out, you're ready to go.
Awesome.
So what would be the cost commitment to get started in something like this?
It depends on the weight class. So starting from the bottom, you're looking at $100, $200.
Okay.
How intricate of a design? How much money do you want to put towards the expensive parts, or buy cheaper parts instead? You're in combat, they're going to get destroyed. There's no way around it. Now, the bigger you go, the more expensive you get. I believe I've heard anywhere up to $5,000. There's another robot I heard, 120-pound robot that was $30,000.
Jeez.
In material.
That's
parts.
crazy.
It's incredibly expensive.
Oh,
but it's one of those things
to know that it's just going to go in there and start beating up on somebody. Oh,
and get destroyed. That's part of it.
Yeah.
You don't even get your money back. You let it go out there and.
What do you win?
Back in pieces.
If you win, what do you get?
Well, here at this competition, we gave out certificates to go on the robot marketplace and get certain amount towards your next order.
All right.
Other competitions either offer cash prizes or the same similar thing. Sometimes they'll give out robot parts, which are great. You lose some in competition, gain some more from winning. Usually it's just bragging rights. There's guys that'll walk around here, I'm a 3-time champion. And you idolize them. You look up to them. How can I beat them? What's my next design? Where's their flaw? And that's really how the game goes.
Interesting. So it similar in some respects to the way that the FTC program works, in that you get to see how the other robots work and kind of adjust your strategy to them.
Yes.
And then in other ways not at all, because obviously fight, boom, pow.
Right. Stuff happens. Now the NRL League is another competition. It's the National Robotics League sponsored by NTMA, which is the National Machining Tool Association. They're trying to get a lot of younger kids involved in this at an early age. And the beautiful thing about it is it's not solely based on competition. Maybe your robot isn't as great. You don't have a lot of money to throw in it, but that's okay because that's half the battle. There's a lot of documentation that comes into play. So it's 50% documentation, 50% competition.
Okay.
If you walk in there and show them, look, we did everything we could. We chose this design for that reason and went here, and we lost, but look at what we accomplished. Look what we've learned. You might end up winning the grand championship.
So engineering notebooks.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Big thing. Documentation and just working with sponsors and adults and all that. And it's the perfect thing for schools. It's just like FIRST, but it's combat.
Right.
Sometimes combat's cheaper. Sometimes it's more expensive.
Right.
Sometimes it's more enjoyable.
But
it's apples,
definitely
I like
a different style of strategy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely.
Sure.
And it's a wonderful competition.
The challenge you're presented with is whatever the other team presents you with.
Yes, exactly.
As opposed to a known quantity.
And the best part about it, it changes every time.
Right.
You're not going to face the same person. And it's a lot of fun.
Because it's definitely going to adjust as people learn, as you get used to your particular weaponry or whatever, people.
Your flaws, their flaws. I lost a wheel. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
Now I know to do, this strategy or that strategy.
Extra wheels.
There's a lot of thought that comes into play. So
Sure.
it's really enjoyable.
So how did you get involved?
In high school, I started out with first.
Okay.
And as I moved on and graduated and went to college, they had the robotics interest group. I got a job in a machine shop, started working my way up, on all the spectrums here, and it shot off from there. Once you're hooked, you can't stop. It's fantastic. You get robots in your blood, and that's all you want to do is just robots. What's the next type, the next thing, and you move on, and 8 years later, here you are.
So when you were in first in school, were you FRC or FTC?
FRC.
FRC?
FRC.
I was too. FTC didn't exist.
No, it did not.
For me.
It did not. and my school was it was huge. So they had lots of robots before and lots of robots ahead of them, and you had to be a part of it. I was going to go to that school no matter what. Anything I had to do. I would walk there if I had to. But it was just I have no regrets about it at all. It was fantastic.
Well, that's good, not having any regrets about it. That's
very cool. I don't have that tie into robotics like you guys do. There's a bond there that I just don't understand. I just look at it from the outside. I judge. I mentor. That's what I do. It's my interest. But there's a bond formed when you guys are like, yeah, FRC. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get it.
Well, it's lately I haven't found a whole lot of people who
That's true.
who predated FTC like I did. So that's
it's always interesting to see how things change, how
Sure.
technology has grown since then. When I started, we didn't have a lot of the smart stuff. It was all driver based and really just skills and mechanical problems and just
Right.
oh man, now I have to fix this. Oh, that broke. Oh, what am I going to do? But now there's all this technology. They can monitor things, and honestly, they don't even have to watch the match anymore with their eyes. They could just watch a camera and get the best angles. It's amazing.
One of the things I've told our team is that the things that they're being asked to do in FTC, MIT couldn't have done when I was on the team. Like the autonomous mode and stuff just wasn't possible at all.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we have high school teams doing it, and it's a required part of
It's incredible. I mean, autonomous used to be just guess and go, trying to shoot balls into a goal. If I line it up like this, maybe I'll get one. Now it's just they hit all of them. There's no doubt that they'll get it right. No, now I have to different lighting. I have to change my adjustments. Okay, we're ready to go and back on again. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you coming and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciated it.
All right.
Pleasure to have you.
How are you going?
Thank you. Well, you found another friend.
Robots.
Nah, you found another friend.
I love robots.
I know you have a sticker that says that.
I have a whole roll of stickers.
You do.
That say that.
I have a sticker that says that. You know where it is?
It is.
It's on my RoboCon shirt. In my closet. That's where it is. Because I love robots.
The whole roll is sitting on my.
It is. I forgot about that.
On my desk at the office. There are lots of different types of robots.
There are.
One of those types of robots is, of course, the 3D printers. They are a type of robot.
That is a robot.
And they are the type that we are about to talk about with our next guest.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
Mo Epley.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Pleasure.
you.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So what have you got to show us?
Well, we have a 3D printer that we.
If you could pull the mic at you just a little bit.
There we go.
That sounds good.
We have a 3D printer that we bought about a year ago.
Okay.
And sight unseen, bought it from a company out of Colorado.
Okay.
And it's kind of hard to. 3D printers aren't exactly easy to use out of the box. So instead of wasting time printing things like this that take 3 hours and messing it up and having failed prints,
Sure.
we started printing nerd tags because we're nerds and our friends are nerds. So these only take 5 minutes, 10 minutes to print.
Very
so
nice.
rather than wasting time, and then our friends are like, I want to buy one. So wearing them down to the bars or whatever. So we decided, since we're also web developers, we could set up nerdtag.me really fast.
Sure.
So we set up an e-commerce site, and we've been doing events like this selling nerd tags.
Cool.
How's it been doing for you?
It's great. It's really cool. the material to make nerd tags is not very expensive, so the design, we have fun doing the design stuff.
Sure.
And we have all kinds of different designs. On our website, nerdtag.me.
Yeah, you've brought a whole collection here with you.
Minions.
So we have our sort of concept is to do 2 new designs every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And make it more limited edition collector type thing.
Okay, gotcha.
And so last week we had these. This week we're doing an Easter theme, or so it's 2 weeks
Fair
in
enough.
preparation for Easter. But yeah, so in the we sell in 1 color, or we do 2 color, which is actually kind of tricky to do, but we figured out, we've mastered it. And so yeah, we have, so these are we call them our regular and our deluxe tags with the 2 colors.
Okay.
And then we do what are called Swinky tags, which is actually like the ones I'm wearing. So we have Game of Thrones and Thundercats and just a mustache, because who doesn't like mustaches? We have Wonder Woman, Captain America. Captain America was actually one of our first 3 color tags, so that's pretty cool. We did white layer and then red and then the blue. So, but then we do custom tags. We did this for an event we did in St. Petersburg last year.
Very
or
cool.
Earlier this year. And then we do custom tags for different events. So we've done Bar Camp and Startup Weekend. We did tags for TEDx in Tampa Bay last year. So these were the presenter tags that we did for TEDx, and these were for VIP sponsors.
Nice.
Okay.
So the nerd tags are really just a fun product to produce and sell, but really it's an introduction to what's possible with 3D printing.
Sure.
So our main company is actually Tangible Labs, and we do custom printing, people applying for prototypes, or needing a prototype for patents they're applying for.
Oh,
you have
got
an
it.
idea for an invention, different things. So we sort of print trinkets, but it's really application can be used for other purposes.
Understood.
And so for today, actually, we're raffling off Boba Fett. So if people fill out their email and let us spam them, then they have a chance to win a Boba Fett.
Very cool.
But our best sellers are probably Doctor Who tags and the Minecraft. So these are 2 Minecrafts. We have a pickaxe and a creeper.
Of course.
Yep.
Yes.
Very popular across all ages. So.
How limited is the limited edition minion?
I think we've only printed a total of 15.
Very limited.
Very limited. So we could potentially never print it again.
I would hope that you wouldn't, because my passion for minions runs strong.
Yes. Yep. So we have the funds. We did the Evil Minion and then Minion Dave.
He's running calculations in his head on how he could snatch that from you and get out of here.
So we have the design disappear from our computer files. Well, and today we're printing a limited edition maker tag that only if people who follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter know the secret word, they'll come and they come tell me that secret word, and I give them a free tag.
Very cool.
And we're not selling it, so it's just literally giving away for this weekend.
Where are you on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter?
NerdTagMe is our name. So nerdtag.me is our website.
Okay.
And then NerdTagMe. So it's like, NerdTag me. Yeah, we're nerds. NerdTag me. Okay. So it's the same address through all platforms.
So let me make sure I get this straight. Make sure I get this straight. on Instagram, if you follow NerdTagMe and you give them the password, you get a free tag.
It's hanging around her neck.
It's a secret word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
the
limited edition maker tag. Yeah, for people that know the secret word, not a password, just a secret word.
Secret word.
Secret word. Yes.
Secret word.
Yes. But we're having a lot of fun. We've actually only been doing this about a year, doing events at like Comic-Con and those type places.
Okay.
So it's been a great way to introduce what 3D printing is.
Absolutely.
Right.
And there's, there are some limitations, but there are all kinds of possibilities. And we even made our own game, like our own board game. It's called Curse of the 12 Skulls that we did because my husband was waiting for a long print and taking too long, so he just started rolling the little baby skulls like dice, and realizing sometimes they land up on head up and sometimes they don't. So he was able, in about 2 days' time, prototype his own game.
Interesting.
We have some friends beta testing, and who knows, maybe we'll start selling it on the website too.
That's cool.
Very, very interesting.
So definitely people who are interested in gaming or making their own games or their own little prototypes or tools, then 3D printing, we can either do it for them with the modeling, or if they need the design created, we can do it, or if they provide a file to us, we can print it. So we have clients that whole range of doing private parties, doing special custom tags, or kind of a whole range, or kids that want tags for their bag tags if they're into sports, like play soccer.
Sure.
And all the sports bags look the same. Do a custom tag with their jersey number and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a really
Neat.
cool idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
A lot of uses.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
And it's made by a robot.
Right.
And it's made by a robot.
Which is actually our tagline, made by robots.
I saw that on the back of your shirt
Yep.
earlier at the booth.
Yep. That was a good tagline.
Definitely.
Indeed. But that's not all the 3D printing that your group is about to talk about, right?
Nope, not at all. Actually, next up, I believe, might be my husband talking about a printer that we printed from our previous printer. So once you have a printer, you can print parts for the next printer.
We
just talked about that.
joked about that in the first half of the show.
Yep.
The guy said, once you get your 3D printer, do me a favor and print me one.
Yep. That's exactly what we did. We made a better one than the one we bought.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's going to be our next conversation, and I look forward to that. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And
thank you.
we're going to talk for a second. And
Yes.
At some point, we're going to have a 3D printer show up next to us, I think. Because
She took the minions.
Not far. I know. You didn't act fast
Didn't
enough.
want to just reach, but she took the minions.
You're afraid of reaching in front of me? Is that what? Was that the concern?
I'm trying to be nice.
Okay.
I thought I hinted enough.
Okay. in our intro on the website
Yes.
for the event, it says, "What do you hope to take away from MakerCon?"
Oh, right. Yes,
and,
we
our answer was a 3D
a
printer.
3D printer. Well, we don't even have to leave our table
No, apparently,
to take one home with us
apparently somebody didn't actually read our bio
Shame
on the
on them,
website that
because
our goal was to take somebody's 3D printer.
They would know not
and
to put that on the table.
And
It's no man's land now.
Terry even made the warning. Keep your eyes open when Scott and Nick are around if you've got a 3D printer, because they might take it.
And you present it.
These guys brought us one.
Well, sort of brought you one. I got you one that you can look at.
It's
I'm gonna slide it over a little bit. Yeah, we'll bring it. We'll bring it all the way up to like here.
There we go.
That'll work.
that'll work.
So this is our new machine that we started making at the beginning of this year, and we call it the Monolith, and our company name is Freefab 3D, and this is a machine that uses ABS and PLA plastic extrusion, and it can print 8 by 8 by 8 inches high, so it's pretty good size, and it prints wonderful details. And we had started off with commercially available open source machines, and since they were open source, we started modifying them and upgrading them to make them better. And we realized it's like, why upgrade something else? Let's start from scratch, and that's what we did. And we thought it would take us a couple weeks. It took us 6 months, but I think the results are fantastic. And we finished, and we were so happy because we had what we thought the best printer available. And then, of course, a couple other people heard us bragging about our great machine and said, hey, can we buy one too? So we decided to start selling them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Yes.
So how has the demand been? How has the response been?
Well, our first initial demand is from education, library specifically. That's most of our conversations. As a matter of fact, this one has actually been sold to St. Pete College, and it's going to get delivered this week. So, but we thought we'd take it out to public one last time to show it off.
Of course. It might not make it to SPC.
Yeah, it's a nice machine, but I have its twin back at the lab. So, and we're building some more right now. As a matter of fact, we just hired somebody part-time to help us manufacture these things. Somebody that's a little bit quicker than we are. We're good at engineering them. We're not very good at building them.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I have some things that I printed with it, including
fantastic.
this. This is a beer tap.
I'll get this on a close shot for you. No problem.
And
Really cool.
that's using multiple media, different kinds of plastic. And rather than print it as one continuous piece, we decided to split it up. The bottom, where it's threaded onto the actual apparatus, the bar, is ABS, which holds the thread really nice. The black portion in the back is printed with PLA, which is a corn-based plastic, and that prints nice, straight, and true, and is very strong. And then the top part is ABS as well, and that's the decorative part. And as you can see, we have like an example piece on there right now, but that's going to develop, and we're going to put the brewery logo on there as well as the name of the actual brew that's going to be.
Nice.
That's a really exciting project
I like
because
that.
I love beer. And I don't know how to make beer, but in some small way I'm helping to produce the beer.
You are, and you should be proud of that.
And this is a neat design that we found online that can be hard to print, but it's a adjustable crescent wrench.
What?
And it prints as one piece. And then you just break apart a couple of supports, and you can use it as a wrench.
You stop it. That's not
Isn't
even.
that neat?
That's incredibly cool.
Well, I'm going to go this way with that for a second. You have got to see this. Oh, my goodness.
We didn't invent that. We just merely printed it. But I thought it was
Still
so neat and such a cool thing to share with people, especially at a place like this, just to show them the potential of what a machine can do.
You printed a thing that printed a thing.
Yes.
That's in motion right now.
Yes, it is an actual thing.
That's the thing.
Insanity.
That's the
This
part
is
that's
also
really
a neat
cool.
thing. This is a planetary gear. I just finished printing this just 5 minutes ago, and it printed sort of like a hockey puck, the way you see it. And I just wiggled it, and it broke loose, and now it spins like a bearing.
This is amazing.
So, again, this is one of those things that I think at a place, especially like MakerCon, it's
Can't even get a promising shot for that, but it's amazing.
We'll come see afterwards, make sure we get some good close-ups of this.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. And I think it really, especially for creative people that are here, really shows them the potential of what these machines can do these days.
Absolutely. Because a lot of the stuff that you see online is...
It's decorative. It's just like a picture of a cat or a little statue of something.
Right.
And that's neat stuff.
But this, the fact that this is in motion right now
It's insane.
is unbelievable.
It's really crazy. And this is another thing. This is a little bit more practical in some regards. This was taken from, how they cast actual fire hydrants. This was done as a prototype project for a customer.
Neat.
And but I think it kind of shows you sort of things that are normally cast, out of iron. You can now just 3D print a facsimile of it.
Really cool.
And these things are very easy to make,
That's awesome.
despite the intricacies.
Right. I'm still hooked on the wrench. That's so impressive.
I like
the bearing is cool too. Yeah.
That's over there.
We had the printer that we bought last year. We tried printing the bearing and the wrench and had no luck. And it wasn't until we sort of made our own machine that we were successful in printing these items.
That's
awesome.
uh,
So if somebody's interested in buying your 3D printed 3D printer,
that's a great question. Because most of it is printed, including all the important parts of the extrusion and the X-ends. Right now, we're limiting sales locally. We just started selling them.
Sure.
And the demand is a little bit more than we thought it would be at first. Because honestly, we didn't think anyone would want our machines. But apparently we bragged a lot, and people were impressed with the way it looks. And so we're going to try to do them locally so we can give 2 hours of training with each sale. And we'd really love to sell to schools or libraries or other educational institutions because I really think this is the market for them. If a hobbyist wants one, we're very happy to share the plans with it. If they don't have time, we'll probably eventually ramp up our capacity to make more. But we're really excited about it, and every time we bring it out in public, we feel like the kids who had the best Christmas ever.
right.
So if we were, say, the Tampa Hackerspace or the Community Innovation Center, how would they get a hold of you?
You can contact us through freefab3d.com, and there's a website with a bullet list of some of the features that are on there, as well as a button to click and contact us.
Fantastic.
And if you check meetup.com, once a month in St. Pete, we have sort of an open house for anyone interested in 3D at our lab, and you can take a look and check it all out. But, just check meetup.com for 3D printing in St. Pete, and you'll find us.
We'd love to check out the lab ourselves, honestly.
And we drink beer afterwards. It's even better.
Well, that sounds like a Sounds like a Joe Healy.
That's what I was
event
going
to
to
me.
say. The beer tap and everything. He's good to go.
Yeah.
Well, we
exactly.
are, I'm sure, not as excited, but excited as well that you've done this. This is incredibly impressive.
Well, it's cool talking to you guys about this, and it's of course really fun to show it off. We're
It
so
is.
proud.
Oh,
We're
I
so
bet.
proud.
You could just leave that there. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Is he taking it? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. So far, he's just standing up
Still
and
there.
taking the little
That's-
bits with him.
Oh no, you're leaving with it.
Somebody else
Oh.
is taking it.
He knows better.
Yeah. That's fine. I knew somebody was going to take it back from us.
Carlos said off mic did somebody not tell the guest? Did Michelle not tell the guest that they're supposed to leave that here and not take it with them?
Yeah, they're
were the
product
guests,
samples.
No, were the guests not aware that what they bring to show is for us?
Property of F5 Live.
It's,
They're
Danielle, did you not let them know that they were supposed to leave the items here?
Everything gets left here?
No?
Property of us?
Danielle dropped the ball.
This is what happens when we give her a microphone. You see that she gets,
I know.
She gets chatty.
And then you told her how to unmute herself.
I did.
So that so she could talk on air. That's fantastic.
It is.
All right, so major shift in gears.
Yes, we're
And
changing a
it's-
little bit.
That's the best part of this convention is these major shifts. We go from 3D printing to fish.
Fish.
Go ahead and introduce
Invention.
yourself.
I'm Teresa with the Bait Dipper. Actually, What's Up Products. We invented a new way to get bait out of your bucket.
Okay.
It's a new live well. What we did was actually it was invented off of my jewelry cleaner. The little basket that was in there.
Okay.
I had come up with that because I wanted to get bait out of my bucket, and I always had a hard time getting that last bait out of the bucket.
Sure.
And so what we did was, my husband invented. Okay, I got to
There you
stand
go.
Just what we did was we put the aerator on top because normally they sit on the side and then the water gets in and they rust.
Okay.
So we said it'd be kind of cool though to have a tackle box. So we put a tackle box on top.
Okay.
And we put a switch in for an LED light and a switch in for an aerator. So then this comes off of here, so you can rig up at night. It's a very high-powered LED light.
Interesting.
And it also lights up and goes into the hole right here, so it lights the bucket up at night.
Okay.
So you can view your bait. It runs on 1 or 2 9-volt batteries. We're the first person to invent one that works with a 9-volt. It was to run the LED light and be able to use the 9-volt batteries. We use a small mini 9-volt pump. And we just said, it'd be kind of neat to have pole holders too.
Sure.
You had to do your rig up, and so you have all your tackle right back here. You got your knife, your pliers, your leader line, everything you need to go fishing.
Pull that this way just a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. Now you're in the shot.
Yep. So to rig up, all you do is get your tackle out of here, and your leader line, your knife, your pliers, everything's right there. Got a little bait window right here on the top. I know you can't see it, but the cool thing is it pulls the bait out to you. You lift this up, it's aerating through here, through the center
That's so cool.
to the stone on the bottom. Keeps your bait alive longer, and we're developing also an ice ring that goes down in the bottom. So that'll
Gotcha.
keep the water temperature cooled to be able to keep the bait alive longer.
I'm not a fisherman.
It's the opposite of a French
but
press.
Right.
Opposite of a French press, correct.
It keeps the solid bits on the top
Yeah.
instead of the bottom.
Exactly.
Wow.
But I know enough fishermen that I know one of them went, why didn't I think of that? That's a great, what a wonderful idea. Like, yes.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
What a great idea. And we've got somebody in our circle who is going to lose his mind.
Yes.
Over this
Over
invention.
Oh, yeah.
this. Oh, yeah.
But you invent off your passion.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And I love to fish. But I hate sticking my hand down in that bucket and getting it
Right.
out. So solve that problem.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we took our ideas, which we have a lot of ideas, and we write them down in books. These are
Okay.
just some of my books
Oh,
that
my
I have
goodness.
inventions in.
Okay.
And they go back quite a ways. But when you're going to try to bring something out onto the market, you got to say, well, what can I make that
Sure.
I can bring out that appeals to the masses? And so we went through our books, and I had written that one down and drew it all up and just said, hey, that's a good one to go for. So that's where that came from. And then I learned how to write a patent by patent it yourself.
Okay.
And then Stephen Key, he actually has 2 good books. One, Simple Idea. This will help you from soup to nuts. I mean, if you want to license it, you want whatever you have that you're trying to invent, you read through this book and it'll teach you what direction to go in. So all these little tools that help you to invent, and that's what this is all about.
It is.
Is
Absolutely.
inventing. And puts a smile on everybody's face when you talk about fishing.
It's one of those things that's truly unique in that people of all types do
All
it.
ages.
Yeah.
From the little ones, because they love to come up to our display. We have this little display. It's a half a bucket, and it has the shrimp. And did you see it over there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and the kids just love it. I say, come on over, we want
Sure.
to touch one. And I bring it up to them, and they absolutely love it. Some of them
Incredible.
won't touch it, but, the girls will go up there. The little girls will go up there, and they'll touch the fish, and the little boys won't. It's a lot of fun.
So, well, it looks like you got a whole bunch of stuff going on there. Do you have any other things? Yeah, obviously, don't talk
Inventions?
about them yet, but you got other things in the
Yes, sir.
In the works?
Actually, we have a patent on a retractable Christmas lights. It's a track that goes up around your house. You push a button and the lights go out, and you push a button and the lights come back in.
No more Christmas in July.
No more Christmas in July.
You and I may have just become best friends because my absolute least favorite thing to do is go over to my parents' house and put up their Christmas lights.
And
Because, horrible.
horrible. It is. And I was just told a story today that her father fell off the roof,
Oh, my goodness.
No.
broke both ankles 4 years ago. And he went through a lot of rehab, and now his legs swell up. He's got arthritis
Oh, my
in it
goodness.
and everything. So there is a lot of accidents that are involved in putting up your Christmas lights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And then we have another one that's patent pending, also Christmas lights. Made it a little bit easier, but it's a magnetic. It's a magnetic clip. It goes on your string of lights. All houses have eaves on them,
Right.
and they have a drip edge. So we have a tool that we're making that actually extends, and it'll put the light up there for you with the clip. So every 18 inches or so, you go up and you put the clip up. And then when you want to take them down, you pull them down. And then we have a hanger and a little strip that you bring the magnet down onto, and you put it in the closet at the end of the time.
So among our software community, we have a saying: products come from things that suck.
Yep.
Yes, that's very true.
And Christmas lights are one of those things, and so is sticking your hand in
To a bucket.
of whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
And so from that comes products.
Yeah, amen.
So-
That's right.
So there you go.
Uh-huh. And we're also, with this product here, we're joined with Broken But Beautiful Ministries,
Okay.
which is the TLC Center. That's a transitional learning center.
Okay.
It's taking people that want to better their lives through the ministry, and they're learning to make our product as well as learning how to fix small appliances so they can get back into the workforce.
Very nice.
Just trying to help out the whole community.
Yeah.
This is in West Pasco. So
It's a
just
great
trying
idea.
to do everything for, to help all the community, and we love to teach the children as well, and because that's the passion that we have, and that's what we need to keep going with, is
Agreed.
our passions for invention.
Totally.
And I want one of those 3D machines.
We were trying to get one.
I
don't
know,
know.
you tried to get her to leave.
We're just trying to walk away with it right here.
Well, with all the products that we come up with,
It would.
Oh, it would
Make
totally
life
benefit. My
totally
husband,
different.
he does architecture, and he does the AutoCAD,
Uh-huh.
and I write the patent. And yeah, so we're like an all-in-one. Yeah, we've learned to do it all.
Well,
so.
the ability to rapid prototype would
Yep,
certainly be.
I need one of those machines.
certainly be nice.
That's my next purchase.
Understood.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thanks for coming and talking to us. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me on.
Truly wish you the best of luck
Thank
with
you
all
so
of that's
much.
incredible.
Well, send those people our way to get a bucket.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Get out there fishing. have fun.
How do they contact you?
They can contact us at baitdipper.net.
Okay.
We are on Facebook as well as on the internet. We sell all of our products all together or separately.
Fantastic.
So baitdipper.net.
Baitdipper.net.
Thank you so much.
You hear that, Nick? Baitdipper.net.
Yeah,
Not
right.
this one.
Not this one.
All right. Thanks
you
for coming
so
on.
much.
Incredible. Wow, that's so cool.
And, totally odd, right? And that's the thing that's wonderful about this is people can go to their own personal oddities, the things that they're truly passionate about, and make them better. And
That's the point.
That totally makes things better.
Yeah.
So, I just absolutely love seeing it. That's
Agreed.
fantastic.
Agreed.
How's the chat room going?
Chat room's good. Just talking about 3D printing. You know that 3D printing is a trend now. Everyone's mentioning, oh, we'll see it in homes. That was something the International CES said was a thing. Like at the beginning in January, they had a 3D at home tech zone, do-it-yourself, affordable 3D printers.
Right.
Load in aluminum, load in plastic,
we had the
whatever you want.
opportunity to see the early MakerBot, even prototype.
Yep.
09, maybe 2010,
Yeah,
somewhere
something like
in there. And the thing has just gone crazy since then. It's
And then we had that
wonderful.
weird, at that same time, we had that weird 3D photo printer thing, and that kind of escalated into now do-it-yourself maker
Right.
3D printers. It's just,
It's
a great
wonderful.
thing. Love it.
And what it does is it allows people with ideas to rapid prototype those ideas.
Exactly.
So that they can bring them to market. And here we have somebody who's very familiar with the invention process. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Hi, I'm Wayne Rasmussen. I'm the president of the Tampa Bay Inventors Council and running my own company, Intended. Has also been out to CES a few times with that.
very good.
Yeah, he asked earlier, oh, you've been to CES? Oh, yeah.
Multiple times.
Out there.
I remember the
Out there a lot.
MakerBot when it was, the very first one at MakerBot,
Yep.
2010.
He
So,
had that prototype on the table, and we're all like, oh, this is going to change things.
Right.
Yep. I had already been doing a little bit of 3D printing before that, but expensive stuff.
Right. At
At
that
the time,
point, it was
yeah.
so expensive, and
Yeah.
they came out with this thing that they built for like $4,000, and it's come down.
Right.
I think the MakerBots are like $2,200 now.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And
well, even less, I think.
Are
I
they
think
really?
they're sub $1,000.
And I remember the conglomerates going, no, that'll never take off. It's flimsy.
Yeah.
Now this dude printed his own.
Printer.
Come on.
Yep.
He 3D printed a 3D printer.
Done. And now sells them.
So what have you got for us?
Well, here to talk about the Tampa Bay Inventors Council,
Okay.
but also, I'm showing my innovation is a new keyboard.
Okay.
That's basically the entire QWERTY keyboard squoze down to only 10 keys. So it's just an easier way of being able to provide the whole keyboard for wearable technology, mobile technology.
Okay.
Bigger buttons, easier to press, and you can do it one-handed, right-handed or left-handed.
Okay.
And it's the way it's done is sequential pressing. So you hold one button and press another. With 10 buttons, you've got 100 combinations.
Fair enough.
Interesting. Okay.
And so it's just single press for the first 10 letters, hold one thumb for the next 8, the other thumb for the last 8. 8 and 8 is 16, plus 10 is 26. Works out perfectly.
Indeed it does.
You wonder
Gotcha.
why there's 26 letters and, we've got 10 fingers. And,
It works out
because
pretty
we've
well,
got
doesn't
opposable
it?
thumbs. And I don't know.
I'm with you.
But,
And then you've also got an Xbox controller over there.
this is one way that we also attempted to do it, was wrapping it around an Xbox controller.
Okay.
Okay,
Same
got it.
Keyboard motif, so you could be playing a game one moment and then going and typing the next, which would have been great for moving MMOs to the consoles.
Absolutely.
But
Or just sending messages to your buddies on
Right.
Xbox, which is a pain in the butt.
yes.
Yeah, it is. Unless you've got the keyboard, and even then, it's way down
In
here.
the way.
It's
Most people don't like that.
it's out of control.
Whereas that kind of has a nice feel to it.
It's where your hands already are.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, the buttons are even on that. That's awesome. Oh, nifty. Oh, cool.
So what's the learning curve on something like this?
Well, everybody's going to have their own pace.
Sure.
But we did it alphabetically just to make it simple. So it's A through J are the first 10 letters. Then you hold one thumb, and it's K through R for the next 8 letters. and then S through Z for the last. And
Got it.
And so on the thumbs,
Really
it's
cool.
it's the alphabet. On the index fingers, it's major punctuation like your space, your backspace, and period, question mark, exclamation. And then your middle fingers are locks and lines. The middle finger does L, so LC would be
Nifty.
cap lock, LN would be number lock, LS is scroll lock.
Okay.
And then and the button that does P does all your page functions. So PU is page up, PD is page down, PZ is pause, PS is print screen. So it's using that kind of logic with, after you've defined the alphabet, made it real easy to define where all the keystrokes should be.
Fair enough.
It makes it fairly easy to learn.
Sure. And is this a product that's available in the world, or is this?
We had the USB product available for a while. We were selling some on eBay, but it seemed that we're gearing for wearable technology and mobile technology, and so having a USB wasn't getting us into the phones, wasn't getting us into the tablets. So now we're going into Bluetooth, and so we've got a Bluetooth product that we're getting ready to roll out.
Cool.
It's called the Deca Text.
Gotcha.
Deca for 10, and
Sure.
of course text.
Sure.
Nifty.
And so we're getting ready to launch a Kickstarter campaign, so that we can hopefully finance the first run on product for that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So back to the Inventors Council.
Sure.
We'll talk about that. So what exactly is that organization?
Well, the Tampa Bay Inventors Council was established 30 years ago by a patent attorney that wanted to have a forum for some of his clients to get together and talk about patents and their innovations and that sort of stuff. And it's kind of evolved beyond that to just a group where any inventor that's kind of got frustrations for where to go and what to do, to learn a little bit about the inventing process. Do I need a patent? Should I get a patent?
Sure.
For a lot of people, the answer is no. A patent is expensive, and if the product that you're making is only going to be pennies on the dollar, the amount of time it's going to take for you to recoup the expense that you've spent on a patent is prohibitive.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, and some things just can't be patented, but that doesn't mean you can't take it to market.
Right.
And that's kind of where we try to concentrate. A lot of people think that getting a patent is that's the pinnacle. I invented something and I got the patent, yay! But no, the patent is the easy part. It's the marketing, it's the distribution, it's getting it out in the real world. That's really the trick.
Sure.
Right. I did not know that there was an invention, let's call it, help group here in Tampa Bay. I was not aware, and that's why we come to these things. We discover brand new things every time we go to one of these special events.
We try to get the word out, but of course it's difficult. I'm at all the bar camps and code camps and stuff like that here in Tampa Bay. So
very good. Well, thank you for coming on.
It was my pleasure.
So much. We appreciate it. I love the ideas, and hopefully we'll see you again at CES. We'll have to see you back out there. And when you're out there, you need to let us know. We'll connect and hook up and grab lunch or something.
Absolutely.
We'll have to do it.
Yeah.
All righty.
And if you want any more information on that, that's on the website at intended.com. That's IN10DID.
Got it.
Very good.
All righty.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
coming out
much.
and talking to us.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
All
Oh, my
right.
goodness.
I believe that is our rundown.
Is that it?
We are done.
That was painless.
It was painless. And now, with everything broken down behind us,
There's-
it means
yeah,
that
there's
it's time for us to break down next.
Curve between buzz and not buzz. It was behind us, and we don't get to experience that. That's kind of cool.
So
that's our show.
It is.
F5live.tv. Over on our new home live stream, the Tech Podcast Network live stream as well. Click subscribe if you're going to F5live.tv. Make sure you subscribe. Get the final produced content if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, you're just listening, go watch the video. If you're watching the video, then you're already there, and life is good. But many thanks to a lot of people. Specifically, Michelle, Ryder, who's somewhere. I don't know where did Ryder getting B-roll. That's where he's going.
Nope, there's his camera.
Okay, not so he was getting B-roll before. Carla, that you've heard because she talks, she found out how to do that and wasn't scared to do it. At the first half, she was scared. She's like, I don't want to. I'm scared to tell you things. I could hear her the whole show. She's like, I don't want to talk. She was texting me things that were going wrong. I'm like, seriously?
Oh, my
What are we
gosh.
doing? I don't even know. But many thanks to everyone who helped us out. We really, really, honestly could not have done it without the help of everybody involved, especially with a 3-hour and 11-minute show. So on behalf of the staff that's not here, I'm Nick.
And I'm Scott.
We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Ciao.